Welcome to the Cuss'n Christian podcast, the number one podcast for those of you who are tired of pretending and who, like us, want clarity, spiritual maturity, and a closer relationship with God. Basically, we are unapologetically Christians, and we want to help you become unapologetic too. We are your hosts, Tiffany Renee, and
Alicia Michelle.
what's up, cousins?
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Cuss'n Christian podcast. We are so grateful to be here and even more grateful that you have decided to join us.
Yes.
So, this show today is not typical. It's just one that we want to kind of give you a little bit of a foresight. Um, with so much information out there about the election and the ballot and deciding how to vote can actually feel a little overwhelming. So that's where ChatGPT comes in at. Think of it as your own personal research assistant, able to quickly summarize candidate policies, clarify ballot measures, or even explain the latest election issues in simple terms. Let's
Mhm.
get into it.
Yes, let's get into it.
Yes, ma'am. So actually what I'm going to do is share my screen, cousins. I just want to show you guys real quick. Tiffany and I were talking last week and I was kind of explaining to her how many propositions were on the ballot and how overwhelming it was and how I didn't know. Uh-oh, what am I doing? My bad. And how I didn't know what to pick, who to like what it even means. It just gets so convoluted.
Mhm.
So I was grateful to find that we could use AI. Uh-oh. We could use AI to kind of help us get through it.
Which is really cool because while she's pulling that up, one of the things that I was talking to my husband about is a lot of times people aren't or not aware of what's on the ballot. Like you don't know, you see Proposition 232 as you're riding down the street, you see all of these people campaigning for
Oof.
things, but you don't know exactly what that means if you haven't really been in city council meetings and things like that. And so, one of the things that we do as a family typically um, is we go, they mail you those books that has all this stuff in it. It's like this thick. And this year it is a lot.
A lot.
It's even
It's
more
like for
like
Arizona specifically.
strictly,
Yeah.
yes. And so like we even have one just for Chandler School District that's like 45, 30, maybe even 90 pages long. Like it's ridiculous. Like you just so typically what we do is we kind of have a night where we go through it and we do it with our son to just kind of going over that stuff. But it can be a little daunting and it's written in legal terms. So then you have to try to figure out and decipher what is this
Exactly.
actually saying. Um,
Got to hire a lawyer just to vote.
exactly. So uh, our good sister
Oh my goodness.
Felicia said, no, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to use our resources. And so
That's right.
I was
Amen.
glad when she said, "Come into the house of the Lord." I found the resource.
Yeah, so ultimately, the reason why we're just wanted to kind of show you this is so that it can help raise your awareness as well. Like the struggle is real. And of course, all of our cousins don't live in Arizona, but I'm pretty sure you have a lot of propositions and different things that you also have to decipher in order to be able to make an educated decision or choice
Yes.
or informed decision.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to show you basically how I did it. And ultimately, I just put in here what party supports the propositions that we have. And, not only is it important to know who supports it, but also the reasons why it's supported and the opposing party and the reasons why for that. So, one particular that stood out to me that I want to mention is Proposition 313. in the very first sentence of the proposition, um, you know, you're like all on board. Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. This proposition mandates life sentences for anyone convicted of sex trafficking offenses involving minors, regardless of context. Hmm.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm. So, of course, like I said in the beginning, you would think when you're thinking about sex, being convicted of sex trafficking a minor, then you're all on board for that person to get 900 years. But the last part of that sentence, regardless of context, it's it's concerning. So the ACLU, which is Tiffany, can you look up that acronym for us? I know it's Arizona something.
Hmm.
um, that
ACLU stands for American Civil Liberties
oh, it's
Union.
American.
Mhm.
What is it? I'm sorry.
American Civil Liberties Union.
No, that's not the one. It's something else. ACLU. I
It
think
says
it is
defends the
Arizona.
rights of all people nationwide.
Okay. Okay.
ACLU.
It's that's not super significant, but they argue, this organization argues that it could harm I'm sorry, it opposes it, stating it removes judicial discretion, and that's the biggest thing. You know, it could negatively impact individuals who are themselves victim of trafficking.
Mm.
So when you think about that, you know, if somebody is in the midst of, like, say, for instance, they were 15 when they became a victim to this sex trafficking, and then they turned 18, and there's some kids still there that are minors. Now they are also trafficking,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So
Yeah.
then that is, we got to have context, you know? It's
Right.
just important to every situation having context. We don't want to have our, you know, some people that really don't deserve to be, I mean, a life sentence, you know, to actually be doing life in prison. So, anyways, that's one of the reasons why this resource is very important. And we're just hoping that you can use it, and just wanted to enlighten you, you know. Is there anything that you have to add to that?
No, I think that's like I said earlier, just it just helps you to kind of simplify some of the things because even if you get those booklets and going through them, they're in legal terms and sometimes it can be daunting and then it also can be confusing. And I think what's
Mm-hmm.
really good is like it says, it kind of gives why the other people oppose it. So then you have the choice to kind of see where you stand um, on your principles as to where as far as this comes. So I just thought that it was a really good resource, and I'm glad you shared it, and it's made it easier for me to be able to go through and just decipher what I'm for and what I'm going to be standing against. So that's it. And we just wanted to share that with you
Absolutely,
guys.
fam.
Uh, so y'all can be prepared because
Yeah.
the fifth is right around the corner.
Yes, it is. It's coming up in the next week or so. And you know, the thing is, we have been kind of I don't know, kind of, for a lack of a better term, kind of scared of AI. You know, it's like taking over, you know,
Mhm.
but you know, on the flip side of that, we can see some awesome ways that we
Can
can
use it.
take advantage of that resource and use it as an assistant to, you know, help us do everyday things. I mean, you know, it is uh I guess it's time for us to embrace it, and because it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just wanted to let you know that we're not going to stay long. Hopefully this is a good resource for you, and hey, that's what we're here for. Thank you for showing up and showing us some love. And like Tiffany always says, we love you real big.
He'll be. Until next time,
All
guys,
right,
remember
fam.
to be unapologetically Christian.
Amen.